Well, I mean, all of the people who we invited today are people we established a close relationship with. So if you're somebody who knows me, many of the things that Pastor Omar talked about earlier on, like being imperfect and things like that, that's definitely me. Um, to the eyes, I guess, of many people, yeah, I guess I'm okay, especially being a special education teacher and I coach teens and young adults with those with ADHD, autism, and things like that. Sometimes the perception of who I am is altered because they think I am this angel or this hero or something like that. But many times, and I will tell this in front of you guys today, I can be good in the workplace, but I'd be a terrible son at home. I wouldn't mind my parents, right? I have something to tell my parents later on, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. And at a certain point in time, against their consent, I moved out of the house, right? And during that move out, I did a lot of bad things. I went out a lot. There were definitely nights that I came home that I shouldn't be driving. There were definitely times that while I was in that house, there were women, one woman who was with me at a certain point in time. You see, a lot of people might think that that's a bad thing, but in my eyes, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I thought it was okay. I wasn't hurting anyone. I didn't think that I was violating any law, or not the law that I knew of. But then I realized that I was living life, a moral life, by my own standards. You see, guys, something I want to share with you is, if we live life, if life or our lives didn't have a standard for how we're supposed to live, a set of values that are supposed to define us, then it doesn't really matter what rules we make up. Does that make sense? We're only making rules to keep safe, but we're not really living by what is truly good or truly bad. But you know, when I did all of those things, when I moved out, even though I believed I wasn't doing anything bad, I knew in my heart that it was bad, and I couldn't explain it. And that was a time that I started talking to God, started praying after a long time of not praying. And I told God, God, if you're real, I'm going to open this Bible, a Bible that was left there by my housemate who just happened to have a Bible. I want you to talk to me. And when I opened the Bible, it was on Psalms 139. And it said something like, before you were, I knew you. I knit you in your mother's womb. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And that, amidst all of those things, I am loved. And I cried, and I realized that there was a God who loved me. It was later on that I also realized that I had a God who forgave me. Despite the fact that He was God, completely holy, completely good, He must also be completely judged. And if He were to judge me by my own standards, He must use His understanding of what it means to be just. And, you know, the verdict is clear. I gotta go down there. But because of what Jesus did for me, I can stand here before you right now, happy knowing that there is indeed a God out there who took all of that shame, that guilt, and that sin upon himself. My shame, my guilt, my sin. And I'm always grateful. So you see, I'm not perfect. I'm not a hero. Whenever I do my job, for many of the parents who are also here, the ones I handle, the individuals themselves, I just do it because it's what God wants me to do, and to do it happily. You know, having ADHD, it's interesting how I found somebody who has the same mission in life. I don't know if all of you know that. God works in amazing ways. Thank you.